Hello.
I don't see people often.
Or at all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cocktail Social. It is Miss Kitty in the city, hailing in for Leo season. So all you bad bitches, east, west, north, south, hello. This is the Cocktail Social. I am Blue Waters, a.k.a. Miss Kitty, a.k.a. Kitty the Cat Couture, a.k.a. Miss Pussy Paulina.
Oh, that's what they call you on Greymouth?
Hello. Hell the fuck up. Anyway. Welcome to this Friday's Cocktail Social. It is wet outside. I'm not wet in here, but that's another story for another day. I have my cocktail, my socialites. Socialites, hello.
Hi.
What's going on?
Hey, we're down to technical difficulties. Hopefully, they will join us. But if not, we're going to keep the party going. I am drinking a little bit of wine today because I am celebrating. I'm celebrating Lent, so I'm not drinking as much wine as I normally would. For
You said Lent?
Yes, you heard me right.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I'm fasting.
Corona took your time schedule, messed it up a little bit.
I'm not playing with you today, okay? I'm not playing with you today. How's everyone doing? I missed y'all.
I miss you too. I'm okay. My cat is freaking out because of the thunderstorm. That's why I keep looking off.
Oh.
Yeah, but everything is good.
Everything's good?
Yes.
Oh, you look like you're tired.
No, I'm not.
Nah.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Oh, you're good. Okay, guy. Okay, guy. I'm trying to get right. Hold on. Let me get good. Let me give me some of this. I'm going to get good. Better. Mr. Gilmore. What's going on, pimpin'?
Ain't shit. Chill week.
Wait, how are you dry?
We just asked him the same thing.
I have a roof on this deck.
So magic.
Shut up, Nate.
I didn't say anything. Get your life together.
Your mind is so dirty. Hello, how are you, sir? Oh, he gave me the phone.
I'm good. I'm good. I think we're in the second quarter of this Rona COVID quarantine, and I'm over me. I want a divorce from me at this point in life.
So you can't tolerate being with you either.
I love being with me, but I think me doesn't like being with me. Like,
what does that mean? Like the real kind, though. Why
like
you say you don't like being with yourself?
I just need I'm used to being by myself. Like I spend a lot of time, with me. But I think at this point we want to, see what's out there. Look at the other grass. Like just for a second. That's not like a whole divorce. It's just like we just need a separation for a moment. A breather, if you will.
If you will.
Yeah, this will do that to you. So what's been going on new with everyone? I've heard of some exciting new things going on in the arts world. So anything new going on, anything that you would like to tell our viewers that's happening in the city in the upcoming month?
Does that mean?
Anyone. Then you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. So so on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday will be my last cooking class, and I'm doing with the Creative Alliance. It's gone really well.
Gumbo, Slim. Jesus.
That gumbo was the
gumbo.
Oh yeah, I'm glad y'all liked it. So this week we're going. I don't know. We're gonna close it out with a bang. So if y'all want a dinner, let me know. We're doing fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, sweet potatoes, and string beans.
Yes. Yes,
I would
please.
You
one
taking
order said
or
dinner.
what is this show?
Huh?
I would one order a
Say it
dinner.
again?
Everybody's frozen. Are you taking orders this show? If you can hear me. Oh man.
If I'm taking orders, not
Yeah, how do you take orders?
necessarily, but I mean, if you want one, I got you. I definitely got you.
Mm-hmm. So does it?
That
So,
and no, go ahead.
no, you said you said that they can. You not so people can't order the meals or.
Oh, all right.
Oh, frozen.
So if you're viewing and there's some technical difficulties because the screens are freezing every so often, I believe it's because of the storm, and so it's causing things to kind of be a little bit janky. So just bear with us. It's just the weather, but stick with us. So you were saying, what was you saying, Mr. Gilmore, about ordering food?
I
Can
can
they?
find out. Oh, do you order food? Um, no, but if you're real cool, then I'll make sure you get a plate.
Mm.
Like I'm not selling dinners. I
Okay.
mean, the people who are in the cooking class, they will have their own food in their own house, and they will be cooking it as we go.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, I had got
Okay.
my fat feelings into that.
I
But what I was
misunderstood.
saying was is that if you want a dinner, then I can definitely make you one. Because I'll probably be making a lot because I don't know how to cook a little bit of food.
Oh yes.
Gotcha.
But,
So I'm just letting you know now, Mr. Gilmore, that when Gutman's open again, um, gumbo will be on the menu. Just letting you
Hi.
know
That gumbo was so good.
that gumbo was so good.
Was
I'm glad
good.
y'all like that.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. And if I'd have had some biscuits or some cornbread with it, that'd have been beautiful. That my fat ass would have been in heaven. I
Yeah,
would have been
that
in
was a treat.
heaven, honey.
That was a real treat.
Yes, indeed. And Mr. Kauser,
First of all, you don't ever call me Mr. Galvin. That's what
what's that?
my mother calls me, but don't you ever do that.
Why not?
I just don't like it. So that's my father's name. That's not my name. Uh, uh,
Oh, you want to call Big Daddy?
out of control. Well, for me, tomorrow is the first official day of rehearsal for the Real Nigga Show. We're doing a virtual performance on uh, August the 29th, Saturday, August the 29th. These guys are working very hard. They're very talented. Troy Burton is beating the hell out of everybody on the casting crew. And we're having a lot of fun. I want to send a shout out to Sandra Meekins and Joshua Dixon. He lost his brother. His brother was killed over the weekend, and it's an unfortunate situation. But this group of people definitely have been wrapping themselves around the two of them and getting it in. But the whole everything that's happening right now is really will be depicted in this one. And if you've seen any of the other Real Nigga shows, this one is, it's cliche to say this one gonna be different, but he's included a lot of short films from various various filmmakers like Bashi Rose, and it's gonna be some really good film clips throughout the whole production, and I'm really satisfied to see Black arts thriving even in the midst of a pandemic. That's why I decided to join this, because I wanted to make sure it's been put out there, and I've been kind of spamming y'all a little bit with the notices. So I thank you to everybody who said, you know what, let me just buy a ticket for this nigga, send me another message on Facebook or email. But yeah,
How much are the tickets?
the tickets are a whopping $18. They're only $18.
Wow.
You can be a Negro like many of us are and do a house party But if you do that, please,
Sure.
try to donate if you can, or buy extra ticket if you can. But yeah, we're ready.
Okay, and where can they purchase the tickets?
They can go to Eventbrite and look up A Real Nigga Show. They can go to A Real Nigga Show Facebook page. We have a Facebook page I just started. Or you can hit me up at the Artist Exchange Radio Show or Troy Burton or any of us, and we can send you out the link for said show.
Are you in the show?
I am not in this show. The cast has never been changed in 17 years, outside of the death of one of the founding actors, but they have a set cast. So I'm doing a lot of the social media work and the tech crew.
Okay.
Sounds like that's gonna be good.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it for the first time, so I am going to purchase my ticket, Mr. Burton.
It'll be my second time seeing it.
This is your second time?
Yeah, this will be my second time, so I can't wait to see how it changed.
Yeah, one of the big changes is the videos, the short films that will be included, and they've updated a lot of the content to make sense for what we're in right now, and because these young men have been with this for the last 17 years, so the men have grown into men. So you gonna definitely see a totally different show.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I heard so much about it. And I saw that Miss Mizell clicked in, but I don't know if she's fully in the room yet. So
I got my cameras on hold.
Oh. Okay.
Release me, Monty. Release me. Please, sir, release me.
You might have to go out and then come back in, because we only.
It took me long enough to get in here. You know how hard it was for me to read all them goddamn letters in that code?
You're supposed to click on the code.
But I was coming from my computer, so I didn't have that option at the time. Yeah. I'm working with a head. Me in here in the dark and shit. I feel like I'm in a closet. Coming to you live from the closet.
I was live at a closet once.
I'm sure. You came all the way out, didn't you? All the way out.
One time?
At one time. Hello, I'm back. Something's wrong with your connections.
There we go.
Oh,
hey, there she is.
Oh,
hey, man.
We just started the kickoff, so you ain't missed too much. We ain't get too far into it. What's been going on with you? How you dealing with this wetness?
Oh shit, I'm used to being wet, so this ain't nothing new for me.
Wait a minute.
And now we pivot to Karen and her pure romance line.
Absolutely.
That's where you put that plug in.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Did everyone get an opportunity to see the questions for today?
I did. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I did.
I like to go in blind. I like to just.
That's what he said.
Hold on. Before you start the questions, I just want to say this, because this is a big day for all of us nerds out there, that the Pentagon is releasing the papers on the UFOs and the fact that they are real and that they are that they have actively seen them. They're showing the pictures and everything. I don't know if this was due to a lawsuit or if this was due to just how certain things that are held in I can't find my words, but the secret shit. But then also Trump did kind of let out early in his presidency that he was creating a space task force to fight against. So he kind of completely let us in on the whole thing. So I guess now the Pentagon is kind of like, well, fuck it.
Yes.
But they're calling them spacecraft.
You never let out all the secrets then to just step the fuck down. You gonna fuck the whole country up.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of like taking.
No, I mean, think about it. Think about the motherfucker that don't know this shit exists.
But we don't need to be alien driven right now. We got too much shit going on right now.
Look, at the same damn time they need to let it be known. Ain't no point in acting like this shit don't exist. You got people spotting shit and then they making them seem like they fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Some of them
but we
are,
was
though.
good with that. Like,
No.
Yeah,
The
what
shit is
I
out
wonder if
there
people were
like,
actually. I still wonder if people were actually being abducted. Like,
but
you know
people
how
listen and they can't. They don't know where they went.
it don't mean
I
it was
would.
abducted
I
by
mean, I ain't
UFO.
gonna lie. I feel like it would be a nice trip considering everything that's happening on Earth right
I
now.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Now
just
think
saying,
about
like,
it. Think about if the aliens look like the aliens we see in the movies. Now you want that shit
But
breathing
you know
all
what?
in your
See,
fucking face with an extra mouth.
but also think about this: the way that we view aliens in movies and the way aliens act in movies, they act very white centric. So, I don't think that aliens would be about coming in, colonizing, and destroying. I don't think aliens are all about stealing, testing, and then releasing. That is a very European way of looking at things, and Europeans think that everybody thinks like them, except for us
Yeah.
because we are clearly inferior. So I think they put those human attributes on aliens, and these are people or whatevers that are completely different from us. So I'm not saying that I'm ready to join the brigade, but if they can help, shit.
I mean, as long as they not
So,
releasing none of them, if they have them in captivity, like I just
we
don't.
probably around here. I think that's what
Probably,
fuckers
they
in office
probably
now.
already amongst us and shit. For all we know, bugs could be fucking
It's
aliens.
Men in Black. I'm telling you, it's Men in Black.
And
One of
I
us
agree
walking
with
around
that,
in an
but
Angus suit.
I don't want this to give them license to like show their true form. Like we need
I
to
get,
get over this, have a breather.
I get what you said, Nate. Cause look, don't fucking scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
I'm still
So
traumatized.
you like, just let me wrap my brain around this shit that's happening first before you throw another element into
Wait a
it.
minute, did you say you traumatized by people in face masks?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am because you don't know. Did you see the clip of the young man in Chicago that shot the fuck up out of the people?
No.
And they was just in a food restaurant. They was in a restaurant and they was in line and he was looking, but he had a mask on, but all of them had masks on. And he just pulled out the gun and just started shooting their ass. He shot one boy in his face. Like,
Ooh.
Right in the head.
yeah.
Right in the head. And he started shooting at the rest of them too.
Yeah.
And it was
It was
crazy.
like two of them in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he was just shooting just for the sake of shooting?
No, it looked like what it looked like was that it looked like it was intentional, like he was just waiting. And this was an opportune time.
He
And
walked
this
right up to the one boy.
So what's the motivation? Well, I guess it's So was it a particular group of people that he shot at, or was it?
They was in it looked like a carryout. They was in a carryout, and it was some younger boys. Like one was sitting down, and as he stood up, he walked over to the boy and shot him. It looked like he shot him in his face, and you saw the boy like go
fall
face
over.
first, and then he shot
everybody
the two boys. Yeah, he shot the two boys in the corner that was
Y'all
standing
saw
by him.
this with your own eyeballs.
Yeah, it's a video clip.
I'm good. I don't need to see
That's
it.
too much.
I'm tired of seeing black people die.
That's too graphic. Come on now.
Well, you wouldn't have known.
lot.
So the way it looked at it, it just looked like, you know how when they have video footage of a store and you just see it and it looked like just the video footage of the store. You did not know that was going to happen. You wouldn't have.
I am tired of seeing black people die. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm at my threshold. I have seen too much personally and virtually. For me, I don't need no more.
This one was this. It was, but they say that's Chicago life though. Like it happens. Like
damn.
Hell no. There's no way that you get used to that.
No shit,
Like
Baltimore. Now, we talk about Chicago and this, that, and the third, but Baltimore is like right there.
Well,
I think we just want to shift the blame, but bullshit. Niggas getting shit. The things we see on the news is not the shit that we actually see happening in the streets. There are people getting shot up in the carryout all the time. This little boy just got shot trying to get a goddamn snowball. He ain't died, so it didn't go on the news. You 5 years old, get shot in your leg and ass. You ain't never gonna be right after some shit like that.
5-year-old,
damn.
But you got, and also I will shout out to Instagram and our hood media that has been very much on everything that happens in Baltimore. It may seem excessive and sometimes a little ratchet, but they do report the shit that slips through the cracks that you will never ever see. like Baltimore homicide. It's a whole bunch of them, but they definitely throwing some crazy shit.
Yeah,
I don't want no parts of it. From Chicago, California, on over Beirut, Mars, Neptune, Venus. I'm tired of seeing black people die.
Yeah, period.
And black mental health. That's my other PSA. Y'all, that shit is real. Please take it seriously.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Take it seriously. That shit. I mean, Cable brought it up last week, and then it seems like the day after he brought it up, it has just been a collection of black celebrities and just black people I know that have been falling off the fucking mental wagon. And it's a rough time. Everybody kind of holding on by a thread right now. So
we got to start communicating with each other, though. I know we're in the midst of a pandemic, but you got to start calling those family members that you don't normally see.
I agree.
Call people.
But I also want to say that your homeboys coming to see you a night out with your girls, getting some dick or some pussy, some drugs or alcohol. That shit is not a cure. Church and Oprah will not help you.
No.
Those are just escapes. Those are momentary moments to help you. I think that we really need to talk about some long-term care. If you look on my Facebook page, I definitely posted the suicide prevention hotline, as well as the Black Mental Awareness Society, which is based in Baltimore City, and they do a lot of help with trauma-based therapy, or specifically for Black folks.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is definitely something that is extremely important, and it is with all that's going on. The fact that what we just talked about, a video of someone being shot and killed, or several individuals being shot, that shows the desensitization. Listen to me. Desensitization. There you go. I was making up several words, honey. That tongue was in a way. Of our society. We're able to just watch it like it's entertainment now and talk about it later, and we don't really feel that impact of that shock. I remember growing up, and when I saw my first horror film, I was like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe I just watched that." And I've never liked horror movies because of the gore and the stuff like that. I've never been a big fan of those types of things because I think it's just traumatic. And even though it's for entertainment purposes, for me it was extremely traumatic. So I can only imagine individuals that are seeing these types of videos. I want to say earlier last year they used to post a lot of things on Facebook where fights and people getting stabbed and abused and things like that. And for me, the type of person I am, I don't like to watch things like that because I feel it deep down in my core, and then I want to react. And so it's like after seeing something like that, I walk away and I want to hurt somebody, or I want to do something about it. And so after seeing that video, I just felt I was mortified, honestly.
But it speaks to why people are in this moment, especially our children. I was watching my friend. You know how they can play video games and show people. I was watching him play the video game, and I think it was Call of Duty. Not Call of Duty. What's the race car game? Grand Theft Auto. And when I say that shit is so realistic now, where you could hit somebody in the head with a fucking bat or drive over somebody and it be blood spat. Like, it's too realistic. It's too realistic. It's too gory, and it's too violent. Like, it's just.
But see, I think that for me,
hours at a time and play these games.
Yeah, I think that for me, the video games is one thing. It's the actual what's going on in the communities and right there in their homes. Like a lot of the stuff
that we're coming from, though.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing that they're making entertainment, they're actually living this out. And so that's the scary thing. And this is the next generation. We're elders now. So can you imagine what it's going to be like in about 20 years? And all we
there was an 8-year-old, and he's going to remain nameless, but I was talking to him, and he basically was talking about how, he has this little girlfriend. And so, I guess I would say the old man shit. the opposite of the old man shit I heard. It was like, oh yeah, you got to do this to her. Mine was more like, what you know about having a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I know if she don't give it to me, I'm gonna take it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And I was like, the fuck you.
But that's what they're being
I
shown.
can't think of the movie where the man grabbed the little boy and just started shaking the shit out of him. I just grabbed him and I just started shaking him. And I was like,
but see, that's what they're being taught. That's what it is.
but
Because anything else is this. That's punk shit. If you ain't willing to go out there and get that shit, that's what they're being.
and that's what his father told him. He said, my father told me, and when my mother acting up, and he just punch up real quick. I'm just sitting there like,
No.
oh, all right.
No.
And so,
That's what
and
they're
then
being told.
then his mother was like, well, can you talk to him because he keep beating on his sister? Well, miss, if your baby father keep beating on you, then
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Stop taking the blows, and he won't be hitting nobody.
Right.
But there's a mean ass cycle there because where is her mindset and self esteem where she thinks that because her response to her getting beat is, well, he doesn't hit me as much as my other homegirl get hit. So I know he loved me because he only hit
that's
me.
what
He's
you
really mad with me. But that thought process has been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Where I remember old women saying, I only know he loved me if he hit me.
If he beat me.
Yeah, so it's a whole lot of work to be done within our community for real. Because black men are saying some weird shit right now, and they are taking sides with white men on putting down black women, and I'm just not for it. It's some weird shit happening where they killing trans people left and right, and it's like every day. I follow this Instagram page where they list it, and since May, it's been every day they've been posting a person. Usually it was like maybe 1 or 2 a month. But
in this part of town I live in, you hear about it often. Like it's something that happened often in the Charles Village area where they constantly you find them in the alley or in a car somewhere, and
that is true.
They killed them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's not just the ones out there hooking. It's random individuals that they saw walking late at night or early in the morning, and they find them dead somewhere.
And I think with all that's going on, people are just, there is no sense of, there's no sense of order. There is no answers to anything. There's no answers to this pandemic. There's no answers to the violence. There's no answers to the economy. There's no answers to education. There's no answers to a lot of things. And people are tired. Yeah. And this is what this looks like when you get to the point. I was talking to someone earlier today, and they were like, I'm seeing more and more people just like, they're taking their mask off, they're having gatherings, they're doing things. And now just a few months ago, everybody was in an uproar. But now it's like, you know what?
So you hug your mama.
Right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have hugged my mom.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. But now they are like, you know what? Forget it. And I saw the same thing. It was the same thing that happened with HIV. And in the beginning, when AIDS and HIV first came out, nobody wanted to touch anything. They were spraying down everything. Now, you could see they bypassed the condoms and just was like, man, just go get the lube. We good. So people stop caring.
Wow.
Well, it's the same thing that's been going on with this pandemic. If it doesn't affect them, it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's not real.
It does. I think that
I know 5 people this week I know personally have been diagnosed, and they are all between the ages of 35 and 19.
Ooh. Oh man.
It's just been a hard ass week for real.
It's been a hard ass year.
Yeah, it has been.
And something felt funny, and we normally feel that, but something felt funny in this changeover, this transition, because it just didn't feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
And even in March, it felt weird.
Yeah,
like the children were different. That the first 2 weeks before we went into the lockdown, it just felt different. And now that we're this,
it really did.
It just feels, it just feels weird.
And March went on forever. I
Oh
don't
my
care what
God.
nobody say.
Oh my
March
It was
The
like 10
longest
fucking,
month
the
ever.
It was the
longest
Longest like
month.
6 months.
fucking month.
and
Oh my
the
God.
crazy part, it was only those 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks lasted fucking 2 months. And
Exactly.
then April was like that. April did
Yeah,
shot
it came
pass.
back.
That did.
This is, I
One,
don't
I
know.
got a question. It maybe, I mean, it's not along the lines of the questions that we got sent, but like I was thinking maybe one of the good things that could possibly come out of this is that we go back to like schooling our children, like schooling our own children our own way. Like each of us is part of a different community. Like us, we're one community. You know what I mean? I think I'm the only, me and, well, it's children in this community. There are children in this community. There are children in the other communities that we're a part of. And if we can figure out a way to educate our kids our way, like we might be able to get done with what a lot of people may not be able to get done, if that makes any sense at all.
I do believe that there is a positive side to this. I think that a lot of times what happens, even in this situation, I feel being able to walk outside and just do some things without having to look over my shoulder, that's a positive. Being able to sit with myself and just really, and I think for a lot of people, especially in the African American community, we are conditioned to work all our lives, and we're not really
Yes, Lord.
focusing on taking care of ourselves, like really being mindful of where we are in our mental health, our
Yeah.
spiritual health, our physical health, our emotional health, our social health, where we are. And because we're just conditioned to work, go, and adulting. It's not even just about being African American. It's just being adults.
Right.
We work to pay bills, and you know what I mean. That we don't actually enjoy life. So I think sometimes things happen that intentionally we may look at it and say, "Oh my goodness, this stuff," but it was needed.
Yeah.
And now, for a lot of families, this is the first time they probably sat down at the table together.
Right.
I mean, most people probably don't even know themselves.
Right.
That's what
Absolutely.
Nate was saying earlier.
Just,
But speaking to what she was saying, as a teacher, I'm not saying that the school system has it right in terms of education, but I'm concerned with people taking over education. One, because a lot of the stuff that we're seeing children come to school with is not healthy. So for them to then take that over, and I understand a lot of people have their right to raise their children however they see fit, but a lot of that is still steeped in toxic behavior. And that's what, like, I constantly, it's like 4 students that I had. I still, every now and again, I'll send their mom a email and see how they're doing. And she'll send me like some updates, because 2 of her boys, they're not getting it. They're not getting it at home. And she know they're not getting it. And she's thrown her hands up. So she'll send me a couple photos. It's not like she's concerned about my concern, but she knows that I know what those little boys are going through. And it's weird. I just worry so much about children in this moment, because adults have grown to be very selfish creatures that are only looking out for their own selfish needs. And a lot of these parents are not willing to sacrifice so that their children can have it easier, as some of our parents and grandparents did. Parents now they're competing with their children. So it's not even a concern, really. There are a lot of parents that do care, but unfortunately, there's a majority who looked at the school system as a babysitting thing. So
I'll say the piggyback on what Nate said. Does everybody remember their favorite teacher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my favorite teacher. Her name was Miss Smith. Miss Smith was my 4th and 5th grade teacher, and without getting into the incredibly traumatic year that was for me, it was a year I always say that I completely grew up. And it was because of her, and I, my parents are great. And even with having great parents, you sometimes need someone else.
Right.
And the validation and the things that she taught me, I carry to this day. Sometimes I still hit her, because when I saw her on Facebook, I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell are you doing on Facebook?" But then I hit her one time, even more importantly, I posted something and
Mm-hmm.
she inboxed me and she said, "Did you really think about what you posted and who that could affect?"
Mm,
And never even thought about it outside of myself. But she still is teaching. Now, I was like 20 something when she did that, and I just never will forget that. And now I have this one student who's 16,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just taking a basic arts class. His PO set it up because he really just needed some arts and things just to. They were trying to figure out ways to kind of let him release this anger.
Mm-hmm.
And right, I text him this morning, and it's hard to text him because I found out through working it with him in January only that he's completely illiterate. He
Okay.
mhm,
doesn't really text. He does, and he's not the only one. Like he's not some anomaly. The
right,
amount of functioning illiterate black men and
mhm,
women in this
And
city
women.
is terrifying.
yeah,
I'm.
And women because they're signing shit that they don't know what they're signing. They agreeing to things they have no clue what they're agreeing to, and
mhm,
their thought processes of that of someone who is illiterate.
Mhm.
And it's very primal, and it's very, and I mean don't mean primal in eight. I mean
mhm,
very it's very, is this going to hurt me or is it not going to hurt? And there's
Right.
no complexities there at all. It's and I'm worried about him. I saw him on Fulton Avenue. Fulton Avenue just, I'm like, what the fuck you doing? You out there no mask. You out there drinking out of some other man's bottle of beer, and y'all just chilling. And I'm like, nah. You ain't getting in my car either, but you going home because you
mhm.
are. I don't. You've been sneezing, coughing, and everything since I pulled up. So
Oh, wow.
Ew.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's
No.
that's keeping that behavior like aware to him. Like
yeah, and
it's
he's
not.
lost so
It's
much
sad.
weight because he's not eating. He's no longer
Mm.
getting that regular meal. The only time he said that he really does eat is
Mm-hmm.
when he sees his PO.
Oh wow.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, and parole officers, why they get a bad rap? They're doing a whole lot more work than just,
And you know
you
what?
know,
Also, I think this with this whole situation also points. It really, really illuminates what we do need.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all of
Oh,
the
yeah.
things that, and I'm gonna tell you something that is really needed, and I really appreciate. I love the fact I'm made. I don't think they even offered in schools any longer. When I was in high school, I took my elective was child development and parenting classes,
Mm.
and I
I took
just
that.
thought, well,
I had that in high
I,
school.
I thought, well, what the hell? I mean, I didn't want to do home what is it, home
Okay.
economics.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna just take this class. It was the best class I ever took. It really um it helped me understand the responsibility of being a parent. And I think
Mhm.
it's something that children should, I think that every adolescent, before they actually like pre-adolescence, that class should be offered, child development and parenting. And it's not so much because to give them license or permission to have sex, it's
Right.
to understand the responsibility it is to take care of a child, or the responsibility it is. And even for parents, because a lot of them are overwhelmed at being a parent. You don't get a manual to be a parent.
Mhm.
And a lot of I mean, I hear adults now that are still scarred by the fact that they never had anyone pour any positivity into them. They had to figure
Hmm.
that out when they became an adult. And but by the time they became an adult, they were already jaded.
Mhm,
They already had given up on life. I had this one guy who basically, as he said, at the age of 6, he had to be an adult. And what he was taught by an adult male was some of the most antisocial behavior you could even think of. Punch that person in the face, rob that person, you know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Do this, do that. And we wonder why they're doing it, but they're being conditioned to do. This is what they're learning. The first teachers are the parents. It has
Well,
nothing to do with
Yeah, no, but I mean, when I was talking about a community school, I'm not gonna say by no means unless the parent is a teacher. I'm not just saying parents teach your children. That would be great in a perfect world, but
Right.
you
I
know
know what
how.
you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were
it was.
saying like
This
it was
has
up to the parents.
no. I get it. What I'm saying is that
Oh, yeah,
even parents,
he definitely
parents
understood.
should
No,
get.
no, yeah,
You get to cut, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm I'm thinking that parents themselves, they need to actually be in parenting classes. A lot of these houses and stuff that where these young people are coming from, their parents themselves didn't have any guidance. They didn't have anybody educating them on the responsibility of being a parent. We had one good night of hot, passionate love making,
Yep.
and then 9 months later, here you came. We didn't prepare for it. We had no idea. And what we were thinking was it was going to be easy. I thought I was going to be with your mother. I thought I was going to be with your father. But after you came along, we fell out of love.
I recall my mother saying one day, and I was in my 30s, and her saying one day, like, you taught me how to be a mother. And I'm saying, like, what the fuck? Like, why am I the test study? Like, and I always felt enough. I felt like I don't think she know what she doing, but not even disrespecting my mother because she did the best she could. But to hear that come out of her mouth, I was
Right.
like, so your mother got 11 children. She ain't show you nothing. Like it was no passed down. Like in our family, we known for having like big groups of children. You know, her mother had 17 children. Ain't nobody think, and I'm not one of them people like give a little girl a doll. I'm not that person at all. Cause I think that promotes a child to want to do this before their time. But at some point, the value systems of being nurturing and being responsible, those things I think need to be taught. Not necessarily how to put a pamper on. You get that shit after the third time. Watch, put the shit over his penis so that shit don't splash in your face like common sense shit. But I'm talking about the meaningful quality life lessons that it requires for us to give compassion to another human being or teach compassion to another human being. And I'm not seeing that at all.
I think though what Blue was saying about making sure that the parents had that teaching, and also because it needs to be like a cross between we get a parent teach, kid teach, and then they come together and teach.
Right.
Because sometimes you have to understand how someone nurtures, and a
Absolutely.
lot of times we're asking a lot from someone who can't supply that. And so many times it's not until we're older that we realize, you know what? I'm never going to get that from my father, but this is what he is giving me, and I see that that is absolutely the best that he has to give.
hmm
But how
And
many
so,
years
and
do we have to
but
go?
and it's going. But the thing is, I think the thing about education that we need to understand is that not everything is quick, and we have to really work on how we learn, and that some things will not be applicable to us until we're older.
Yeah.
Some things will not make sense until we're older. Some now we can the basics of nurturing, yes, but there are some things where we need like there's certain nurturing that I need that I know that I'm not going to get unless I go to Karen. And
hmm
I told her this many times before. I said, Karen, I'm sorry I had to put this on you, but you're the only person that knows how to do it. and and it's when I'm in those moments, I know that I can go to her and that she can corral me, you know, give me that emotional space because other than that, there's a way I've learned to be emotional with my
hmm
parents, with my other friends, with everyone, where it doesn't bother them. Now that was something that I picked up that is toxic. That I do not want my emotions to bother someone else. So I will just hold it in and keep it, and that's that. But then I found someone who was like, "Oh no, you can let this shit out. It's healthy. Let go, go."
Absolutely.
You got to
Clean.
release
So
it
then it
back.
was like, okay. So now and then I'm like, unlearned one thing, but I would have never, it's just some shit that we're not all gonna learn from one space. And what I do like about what Karen said, that communal learning, I think, does need to come back, where school is wrap around, where we're all working together to teach not just the kid but each other.
I'm not even
Because
talking about regular schoolhouse stuff. I'm talking about
no, like
economics
growing
and
shit,
purchase and
Absolutely.
picking your
growing
nails.
stuff and learning how to how to be self-sustaining. I feel like
You got a
my
yeast,
kid,
a yeast
like we
infection
got it.
smells like this. This is how you need to take care of it.
Right, like I feel like we are that generation. There were our grandparents who knew self-sustaining behaviors. They knew all of that. There were our parents who kind of did some of it out of necessity, but they raised us to kind of not need it. But we were around them enough to pick up some of it. Our kids don't have a clue. At least mine don't. God bless him. He's a good boy. He don't have no kids. He ain't never been to jail. None of that. Not saying that if your child has it, then it makes him bad. I'm just proud of mine. And he don't have a clue. He, for a long time, he was running out playing in outside and didn't know that you're supposed to mark the corner, the intersection, before you leave the block. Like I'm at the corner of Bentlow and Riggs and wrap the block and go ahead. He didn't know to do that. I feel like that's common sense stuff that we have, plus old school stuff like how to make your own gravy that you get. But
oh my God. You know how many people don't know how to make gravy?
Really?
Like it's a lot.
It's a ton of them.
It's a lot of
it's
people
a lot
that
of
don't
them
know how to make
who
gravy.
have no clue how to make gravy.
Not a freaking clue.
Well, if some of us don't know, then that's like our kids don't know.
One of my good homies, ass can't make rice.
Yeah, that's the only way I know how to make the shit.
Hell yeah.
How you say you make it?
From scratch.
That's how I learned how to make biscuits. When people bring me Graham's biscuits in a can, I be looking at them like, what the hell is those things? I don't even like that. If you didn't have no self-rising flour and some good old buttered lard or something like that, and you made you some milk or something, you didn't know how to make no scratch biscuits. And I learned, and that was something but I enjoyed doing it. And the one thing that was different in our generation is parents, even though they pulled you in, they deliberately pulled you in to say, look, help me with this. My grandmother used to, when we get a big bag of string beans, we had to snap them, and if you didn't know how to, we had to shuck corn. We had to do a lot of stuff that I think that
was one thing I hated, and I'm so happy my father made me do, was clean the backyard.
Oh, I did that every weekend.
No, I hated it because we had to. Fuck that shit. I can't stand it. And we had a dog, and he would really create a mess, and he would kill rats. So I had to pick up the dead rats too, and all that shit. And then just that whole process of cleaning. But what it kind of teaches you is that sometimes the shit that you just really don't want to do, that you have to do, that you just have to do. And then after a while, it becomes your responsibility to do it. And now you start cleaning it before it gets too crazy. It's like, oh shit, I ain't gonna be out there all goddamn day on Saturday. Hold on, let me get this can. So then you start learning just little things. And if your kid has never had to do some shit like clean the backyard, so then when it comes time to do the hard shit, he's like, why I got to do this? Fuck, I look like
it's beneath me.
It's beneath them, yes.
It's beneath them, yes. Yeah.
And I think it's about skill development. I find that a lot of adults that are like in their 20s now don't have any of the soft skills. I remember even in English class, a part of the school lesson was, learning how to fill out an application.
Yes.
Knowing the difference between a proper noun and an improper noun, and and things of that nature. I always talk about writing a check.
Balancing a checkbook.
Balancing a checkbook.
Yeah. Mailing a letter.
Yes. And a business letter versus a personal letter.
How about
it?
And diagramming a sentence. Whoever had to diagram a sentence?
Was it? I think I did.
You had to break it down.
You had to put with subject, verb, predicate, all of that.
Yeah.
Shit, I did.
Yeah. Those were to me, even though now when I was growing up, I was like, oh, I hate this shit. But now I value it because it's almost like when you talk to someone young about it, it's like, what you talking about?
Professional
hey, don't forget, I had typing.
You said a noun. What's a noun? So now is not.
You mean right now?
A few minutes ago, but right now, like now, like no, you big dummy.
My favorite was we had a whole week of you do not spell words the way you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever looked at some
words.
people's shit that they writing and you sit there like,
TH.
what the fuck did
I'm
you
trying to tell you, people who substitute AND with IN.
First of all, it's a lot of people, just like you said earlier, it's a lot of people that just can't spell. They can't. I saw a sign that said, give us our country back.
Mine is
Don't do it.
ARE.
Don't do
Not
it.
our. Give us our country back.
Give us our country back.
Our country.
Damn.
And you knew the person that wrote that shit, the people that did it, our country.
Again, I'm going to say this for those people on the internet. Loose is LOOSE. Lose is LOSE.
Yes.
Those are two different words.
Yeah.
Oh my
God damn it.
Yes.
You did not lose your damn purse. You did not lose your grandmother. You lost them there.
Well, sorry for your loss.
I don't know what to wear. WHERE.
Sorry for your loss.
The difference between the fact that I don't know the contractions. You know, what is a contraction? Those things, you know, they're
right before the baby comes.
Your mother have a baby.
That's when he like be looking at me real heavy and stuff. We like, no, that's
we got when he looking at me with his contraction in his eyes.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God! No. True story. I was at a friend of mine's friend was in the hospital, and so when we gets into the hospital room, he was sharing a room with somebody else. So apparently the dude before he left must have messed the bathroom up.
Oh.
So she runs out. She's like, nurse, it's fetuses all over the toilet seat.
Shit.
And the nurse was like, excuse me? She was like, it's fetuses all over the toilet seat.
No,
I was like, I think she means feces, and just walked the fuck off. I was like, yo, this is embarrassing. So fucking embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
Someone said
I got a visual. I got a visual of fetuses all over the damn seat.
Fetuses. So you just got random baby just laying all over the fucking toilet seat.
Good luck.
Not even done babies, half done babies.
Half done babies. A bunch of them. So somebody went in that bitch and had a litter.
Shut up.
Well, Bleu, you had some questions. What was your questions today? I think on that note.
Went all the way live.
Well, not
all I see is little jelly babies sliding around the toilet.
Oh,
right.
No. Oh no.
You know, with that big dark eye, they got that one big.
Oh no.
What a mercy.
No. Oh. So I honestly, believe it or not, I think the conversation. This is how the Kocktail Socia usually flows. We have a set of questions that we're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden we go off on a tangent and we wind up having this conversation about all sorts of stuff. I don't know how we ended up with fetuses
on the toilet seat. It's fine.
I'm like,
it's happened. Let's move on.
What?
It got this thing.
What?
Why?
I swear. Well, the first question I was going to answer, it is, what is the most courageous thing you've ever done in your life?
I haven't done it yet, but stay tuned.
Right.
Karen, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Have a child in this environment.
I was about to say, have a baby.
Have a child.
That was the most courageous thing I've ever done.
Why is that?
I always say my son saved my life. I had just accepted the fact that I was selfish as a person, and I was happy with that. I could go and do whatever I want, however I wanted to do it. Who was going to stop me? I was grown, and I got pregnant, and it was just like skirt on everything. No matter what all I wanted to do, I couldn't do. My village was great because they corralled me, and you know, there was a period that was very, very dark for me. It shifted the whole, you know, apex of my life, and it all started with one decision, because that was a decision that had to be made, like the real kind, like rocking on the top step, like what is I'm going to do. And deciding to go through with the pregnancy was the scariest but most rewarding thing that I have ever done. And every day there's a new chance for me to show more courage in that same thing. Like today I had a breakdown because now he's 21 and he's doing 21-year-old man things. And I literally lost it, like only because I realized that he broke up with me and I didn't know it. And I still was going with him. So it's fine. I'm okay now. I wasn't earlier. I had to chat with my mom, but whatever.
You don't let me know more.
Right. Like, oh my God, one day you just left and you ain't come back. Wow, what'd I do? That was me earlier.
On your head and shit. You're like, later, Mom.
I was like, Ma, he don't love me no more. But I'm better now.
Okay. That is sweet. What about you, Miss Mizell?
Well, that's what I said. I said just probably childbirth. I can't think of nothing else. Nothing courageous that I would consider courageous.
And
you said and. That's it.
Nate left us.
I think
what the fuck else
the
you want,
most
nigga?
courageous.
I mean, Karen pretty much said it. I mean, you know, I said childbirth probably about it. And, you know, shit, Karen pretty much wrapped it up. Ain't nothing else to be said. I mean, shit. I agree with her. Shit.
No, but what's funny was she said, and the fuck you mean and? That's it.
I have no more.
Small feet.
I'm all out.
All out. Okay.
I'm a lost for words.
Okay, Mr. Gilmore.
I still say the most courageous thing that I am going to do in life is yet to be done, but it is on the horizon. But I will say, not being cryptic, but again, Karen knows, the most courageous thing I do every day is get out of bed. Some days that may be the hardest thing I do. And just to get up and do. It is, I feel like some days I really feel like Superman when I do it. Because, you know, so much has happened in the last 4 years now. And a lot of me just wanted to kind of stay in bed and never get out.
Oh no, you can't become it's my 6,000 pound life type of mother.
Oh no, I wouldn't have been that. I would have been
wider and more bigger and more fat.
Oh no, I'd have been my 6 pound life.
You shall not allow.
When I get stressed, I don't eat. I don't do anything. I don't drink. I don't eat. I'd have been. So you would just lay there and get
skinny.
Y'all have saw my ass and been like.
Lay there and get skinny and get up like a flying squirrel.
But that would have been that's my most courageous thing.
We can hear that shit.
How about you, Blue?
Well, thank you for well, first I would like to thank each of you for actually sharing what your courageous thing it took courage. I think the biggest thing for me was to be true to me, live in my truth. That was the most courageous thing. Coming out was the courageous thing for me because God knows this wasn't what I envisioned. You know, growing up, I had my vision was completely different because it was so many things, so many factors that were shaping me, and I didn't know which way to go. So when I finally got up the age where I had to figure it out, and I had to actually make a a choice. It wasn't a choice to be gay or straight. It was a choice to be true or maintain a lie. And so, and that's what I had been living. It was hard for me growing up because I didn't fit in anyone's box. And I think for the reason I asked that question, and I'm glad that you said what you said, Mr. Gilmore, waking up for a lot of people requires a lot of energy because they go through so much. They're dealing with so much, and we don't have those outlets to kind of like pour into us, to recharge us, to go to. And those places, I used to think that, like, you know, you would go to for spiritual fulfillment, you go to church. You're supposed to, you know what I mean? But after going for so many years and being beat down and beat down and beat down, I had stopped and I was just resigned to going to hell. I was like, well, fuck it, I'm going anyway, so I may as well make it worthwhile when I go there.
Right.
So
I'm gonna be the top ranking sinner down that motherfucker.
I mean,
I have sinner seniority out this motherfucker.
Right, like shit. I got the black card. I got the diamond black card of sin.
You know how many sins I did, motherfucker? Millions, motherfucker, millions.
So I was, that was me. I was like, shit. I mean, God can see me do some strange things for change. So, and I ain't getting into heaven, so I might as well make it
rain.
Might as well make rank in hell.
So that's what got me on the.
Like, shit, motherfucker, I'm a goddamn sergeant. Yeah, fuck that shit.
So yeah, I think being true was the being honest, and I think that a lot of people don't do that.
I think that's how I felt when I first took my t-shirt off at the beach.
What does that mean?
You ain't never wore a fucking t-shirt over your bathing suit because you thought you was,
yes,
or whatever back in the day.
Yes.
Yep. And then one day I said, fuck this shit. I saw all them jelly rolls and back fats and overlapping thighs and shit. I said, I'm gonna embrace myself. So I had some courage and I took off.
Oh man!
And I stepped out on that beach.
Christian, you say the word, because I used to wear the Fat Band t-shirt in the pool and on the beach. You know,
you sit up in the game.
One day I was just like, I went to Atlantic City this past summer, and I just said, fuck it. I took it off. I'm sitting out there in my damn aviators just fucking living.
First of all, I saw a bitch out there that looked like a fucking pork tenderloin.
Shut up.
You know how you wrap that bitch with that string? All her fucking meat rolls. She was like out that bitch looking like a busted can of biscuits. And I said, if she can come out here and be fucking shit, why can't I?
Why can't you?
I'm gonna embrace my shit too. So if that meat roll slide out the back, just tuck that bitch back in and tell me keep strutting, honey.
Well, yeah, when I developed the front butt,
you put him at a loss for words. You ain't know what to say.
I did, because I had to remember what to call it. When I developed the front butt, I almost drowned because I had a t-shirt on and a bitch went swimming under the water and that motherfucker went over my head.
Shit went up and you couldn't get out.
And I was in there. So I had to embrace myself or die.
Motherfucker came out the water with his titties loose and shit. Motherfucker with his ass and shit.
Oh.
The motherfucker said, oh shit.
You know, it was another big moment when I started smiling. When I started smiling with my mouth open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't tell me you was a ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
I was a straight up out. You know, the people you just.
Oh no. That's you know what that told everybody? Whoever you talk to, it just made them think they breath stunk.
Well, there was some stank ass people running around. They all thought they was funky. You know, I was just like, there's a bunch of pictures of me in middle school and everything smiling.
So now I was the opposite. You could. First of all, they had to scale my smile back down because I showed I showed all of my molars and everything. I was at one that you smile.
It's like watching a Tyrannosaurus Rex smile.
It was like, what the fuck are you so happy for?
That motherfucker part alligator.
Why we see all your teeth? And we see that, you know, the little thing that hang in the, I don't know the medical term for it that hang in the back of your throat, but they was like, damn, we can see down your throat. So yeah, they had to scale my shit down. Bring your smile in by this much.
Just a cat looking ass, you know.
We don't need to see all your teeth.
That was a stunt double for the Chester cat.
Oh my gosh, I missed y'all this week.
Hold on. And when they turned out the lights, I really became that motherfucker for real.
Right, that's
like,
when you was a stunt double.
And he invisible.
Because the Chester cat really didn't have teeth, but you just stepped in, so when he had to do the smiling part, that was you.
Oh my god.
When he disappeared.
Oh my goodness. Next question.
Y'all stupid as shit.
Because y'all are stupid. The next question is, what used to be considered trashy, but now is considered classy?
Fishnet.
Oh, well, I don't know about classy. I guess with the right outfit.
Back in the day, if anybody that wore fishnet was a hooker. Or a whore.
You was a whore.
A whole whore.
So now
that's what the women in the church called you.
Yeah, whore. A whole whore.
Jezebel.
A floozy.
A
floozy.
Hold on.
Good word.
Floozy.
That's a real good
one. Oh, you bad off if you're a floozy.
Fuzzy.
Oh, that's another one.
Fuzzy, heifer.
Oh, heifer.
Yeah. Something that was trashy, but now it's considered classy. I'm gonna say something. Giving head.
Yep.
Is it now considered?
That fell in the whore category.
Yeah, you was definitely hoe if you was out here sucking on anything. You ain't put your mouth on nothing. And nowadays it's like, oh, if you don't do it, something wrong with you. Like you
right.
That's
why
them old ladies didn't want people to chew gum. Because if you chew gum, then you gave head, because only hookers chew gum. Because
old people make me mad with some of the shit they make up.
You know why? Because the only reason they chew gum was because the breath smell like.
So they won't have dick mouth.
They go to breathe on you and it smell like bleach and salt in their mouth. You sitting there, ooh. You see fruit.
Did you smell all them babies on their breath?
They was on the toilet. You put them on the toilet. The fetus is on the toilet.
Is that music?
Fetus and jinkies.
Oh.
The fetus is on the toilet. Sound like a Prince song.
Oh my goodness! I would have paid to be a fly on a wall.
Yo,
when she said that, I would have paid.
It was like my whole face was just like, really, bitch. Like it.
Fetus is on the toilet.
And she was loud. She was loud about the shit. She was like really fucking loud about it. She was like, excuse me. Y'all need to send somebody to over there to room such and such because it's fetuses all over the toilet seat. So the nurse like kind of like Like what?
Could you imagine the visual she got?
You feel me? And then she said it twice. She said the shit twice.
I could never be a nurse.
And then she said it to her like she was fucking retarded. She's like, no, fetuses. I was like, I think she means feces.
And first of all,
I laughed after that.
Day, let me tell you how I would have quit.
You left fetal matter all over the sheets, baby.
As soon as she just said fetuses, I'm like, I can't take this shit no more. I quit. I'm good.
Don't fart too hard. You're gonna spray fetuses everywhere.
Fetuses every fucking way. It's just babies. Can you imagine that shit? That's like a horror movie.
And not a baby. It ain't it's a fetus. So it's real just
that bitch looked like a jelly belly with a head on it.
Ew.
Like an orange slice on that bitch. That motherfucking
like when you crack that egg and that vein in it.
Oh god.
That's disgusting.
Fetuses on the floor.
Do we have any more?
Door. Fetuses in the hole.
I swear, y'all are. So, do we have any more for trashy? Do we have any more trashy to classy?
Trashy class? I don't know.
You don't have any more trashy to class?
Red lipstick.
Oh yeah, red lipstick.
If you wore red lipstick,
you
definitely
you know
a whore.
Everybody can't pull that off. You got to get the right shade of red because everybody can't pull that red off.
Let me tell you something.
Science.
You get the wrong shade of red, you're gonna look just like the little wax lips they used to have back in the day.
Yeah. I put on let me tell you, calling myself Planet Makeup. I put some red lipsticks on these DSLs, and I look like that Little Shops of Horror grad. That motherfucking plant from Little Shops of Horror. Man,
like how the motherfucker from off of Looney Tunes.
You said he looked like Sambo?
Daffy Duck. He looked like Daffy Duck after what's name shot his beak off.
Sambo.
Oh my god.
You ain't got to take this.
No, but the fact of the matter, no, I'm saying it myself because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the reddest lipstick in the fucking makeup aisle, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna put that on with some gloss over top of it and see.
Oh
man,
no! You look like a candy apple in the mouth. No.
First of all, the red lipstick. My lips is. I already got DSL. So when I put the red on, it made them 3D. When I added that gloss on it, motherfuckers came.
Like JJ with lip implants.
It went. Oh man, it was big. I was like, oh Lord, oh. When I saw myself in the mirror, I said, oh Jesus.
That's where you look. You old liver lip hoe.
So yeah. For my complexions, red may not be.
I mean, it don't matter what complexion you is. If you get the wrong shade,
you know which one I hated. I went out on a date with this girl, and she wore white lipstick.
Oh, geez.
It was the most disturbing thing I'd ever seen in my life. And she had on a whole white outfit, white nails, and then white lips and white shadow. Ugly.
That's a fucking mess.
And I mean, but it was like lead white. Like it was.
You trying to kill me? Don't say no damn more.
She looked like she had white out on her lips.
He done went out on a date with a samurai.
Eating powdered donuts.
He went to Bear and got
With a black
a lip on.
minstrel. He done went out with a black
She
minstrel.
got some Sherwin-Williams lips on.
A fucking mime.
It's got on semi-gloss, eggshell semi-gloss.
No. Oh no.
You know another color that's not good that I see a lot of women with blue. Blue.
Yeah, that shit ain't for
It
everybody.
looks nice on some people. It ain't for everybody.
That shit make you want to give a bitch mouth to mouth in that motherfucker. Like, oh shit, she's not breathing.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I think on
certain ones.
I think on a dark-skinned woman with really big lips, that blue looks good.
Yeah, I've seen some people pull blue off. I've seen it.
And it's according to the shade.
I think once you start making it look ashy, if you know you got crusty kind of lips anyway, don't get the matte. Don't get the matte finish because it makes
you talking good, sis.
Crunchy.
You talking good.
I'm just saying, if you know you first of all, let me plug myself real quick. I make scrubs. If you got crusty on your lips, I got a scrub that you can use and scrub that off of there so that your makeup can go on smoother. Because when you put that matte lipstick on them dry, crusty chapped lips, it don't look good. It looks like peeling paint.
You know what else work? Loofah brush.
Exactly.
Them hand
something
ones.
Rough. Sandpaper. Get a real light grade of sandpaper and get that shit on. You don't need extra work.
You're gonna be bleeding.
No.
Right. You gonna squeak.
Right.
If you just wet it and like you said, just go.
You gonna slide that Carmex on and your lips gonna burn.
Yeah, but it's a good tingling. That's a good tingling. You got that bitch. And look, don't go outside in the wind and let the wind blow on them, but you be like,
y'all ain't shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know when it starts tingling, it's working.
Next question. And this will be our final question for the evening because we're coming close to the end. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your family and friends think you did?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You may have to ask them now.
Like cuss somebody out or something. I don't know.
If you were, just think of you. If you were arrested.
Speeding.
Y'all look at this. This is beautiful.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
That is. But I'm going to tell you, coming in that rain coming down on Bel Air and Erdman, it was a reservoir up and down that area. I don't know where all that water came from.
Well, Hill and Road looked like hell. Yeah, it was a river.
Yeah, it was a boat up in a boat. A bus stop. And they said
over there by Montebello.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Coming down Erdman Avenue, you needed a boat. Mm-hmm. I was definitely afraid for Sally.
You got motherfuckers standing on the bus stop with floaties on.
Yep. Well, you know what I think the better question is? If all of us were together and we got arrested, what do you think we would get arrested for as a group? This group right here, this and here, what would we get thrown in jail together for?
Well, first of all, I know that if I was arrested for something, if anybody who knows me, they would probably was like, well, who we attack?
That nigga be cool stick was in use. I know that much.
They was like, who did he hit with that pipe? And
and okay, which one of you had the baseball bat with the nails in it? Is this your weapon?
I feel like if we all got arrested together, it would be on some real crazy, like wild shit. But it'd be some shit you couldn't even really explain. Number one, when me and Karen get together, anything is bound to happen. So then add y'all to shit, we going on.
It'd be like The Hangover.
Yep.
It would be.
Yep.
You wake up with a baby, a tiger, and all types of
shit. A baby, a tiger, and a tattoo. Goddamn.
And I know I would probably be. What was the guy that the one that was causing the most problems?
Child.
Oh fucking God damn it.
In the three best friends that anyone's ever seen.
Alan.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't Alan.
Alan.
Was he Alan?
It was Alan.
Yeah, that was Alan.
Yeah, because I know I went a few drinks in, and
You know what, Blue? I do think you be Alan because you be the one that drug all our ass.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't even know that.
I'll agree.
All right, who gonna be child though? Who gonna be child?
And the funny thing is the crazy thing is because I would do it for entertainment purposes. So because you remember he was the one who caught he remembered everything.
Yeah, he
so
missed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he ain't missed a beat. They was fucked up though.
I'll probably be the one
who stole the Capcom
on his face.
I would like. Well, no, I don't know if I would want to be Child because Child was wild as shit.
Child was off the hook.
Yeah.
Yo, when he jumped out that trunk,
butt naked, and was whipping ass.
And then he jumped with his balls in the dude's face. He jumped onto his face. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was.
See, I'll probably be the one to marry the hooker.
Oh shit, you gonna be
just randomly.
Oh no. What was that? That was Phil, wasn't it? No, that wasn't Phil. Was that Phil?
No, Phil. No,
that was
I don't
Stu.
remember them.
That was Stu.
Stu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, why did you marry a hooker?
As a group, we would definitely be on some crazy shit. It would be bad. But we should do that. We should actually do a cross country road trip. That would be fun.
Hey, let's see if we can rent
that's
an
my
RV.
dream.
Let's do
that
an
is
RV.
my dream trip.
Yes.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon and everything.
Yeah, just go. That would be so much fun.
And let's plan it 2021.
Just get a group of us, get a nice one of those, you know what I mean? And just go. Yeah.
Oh, they got some nice ones out there now.
Go across country. That would be so much fun. Take some pictures, drink and eat at different diners and stuff like that. Drive through Wyoming.
Wait a minute, we went.
I have family in Wyoming.
Or Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I got family in Kentucky.
I'm just
pick another state. Pick another state. I got family in Kentucky and Wyoming.
What about Dakota?
Idaho.
I know someone. She's currently a senator in Dakota. I know her. Her name is Carrie.
All right.
Is she really?
Look at that.
And so I want to go to Texas. I want to get like state, and I want to go to Montana because I just want to go to Montana because it's pretty.
You know, so what is something that y'all want to do? What's on your bucket list? One thing off your bucket list that you really want to do? Real quick.
Cross country trip really is. That legit is my.
Yeah, I think that'll be
I've
fun.
always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it.
It's a bucket list activity for me as well.
Bucket list.
My mind obviously is elsewhere.
The new shit. I heard about teabagging, but I ain't never heard of a bucket list.
Get into it.
You know what else I want to do? I want to go. So it's a porn expo where you get to meet all of the porno stars and everything like that. And it's kind of like the Grammys of the porn stars and stuff. And it's in, I want to say Las Vegas. I want to go to that. So my first one, however, is going to each state. I want to go to every state.
I definitely want to do that.
And what I want to do is get those magnets that you can put on your refrigerator. I want to get one from every state. That's my goal. That's my dream. And when I heard about it, the only reason I want to go is because I want to actually talk to someone and be like, what made you decide that this is what you wanted to do as as a career? Like, because this is, and it's like the Grammys where they get awards for, the best.
Yeah, the best head scenes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Best dance on the dress.
I want to go get country fried steak in Texas. Mine isn't really a big goal, but I want to do it.
In Texas.
I do want to go to the Grand Canyon. I definitely want to go to the Grand Canyon.
I want to go. I just want to go eat.
I put it to you like this. I want to go to the Grand Canyon, but I don't want, if I go, I want everybody to be at least 25 feet away from me because I don't want no accidents or nobody tripping, accidentally pushing me into the canyon. I just stay the fuck away. I probably had to lay on my belly to look over the side and shit, but
I ain't going to the edge. I'm gonna go to the tourist part where they got the rail.
You know what we
Give me
should
some
do?
shit with a rail, and I'm gonna test that bitch to make sure it's sturdy.
We should do a road trip to Niagara Falls.
That would be nice.
That's
The
another
Canada
place.
side, the New York side.
Yeah.
No, I want to do the Canada side.
Everybody
They
got
ain't letting
their
us
passport.
in
Go
right
ahead and
now.
get passports and shit, and
They
ain't
ain't
let
letting us
nobody in.
in.
Ain't nobody letting our asses in nowhere. Hell, you be lucky if you can come from here to New York
True.
without them quarantine you and
Can't
every
go
fucking state
on to
you
New
go
York
to.
right now.
This do kind of remind you of something from a movie. I want to say Resident Evil or something like that.
Yeah, but we ain't far from it. Cause I saw a motherfucker the other day. He was so goddamn high. I thought it was a fucking zombie. I think I told you about his ass. He on the fucking corner. He on his head and he's crawling around. Yeah.
Like he got the
He took
T-virus.
his shit all slow and shit. I was like, oh hell no.
Hey, Miss Lady.
Yeah. He wasn't even talking. This mother, this was a non-talking zombie. This bitch was all the way gone. Brain ate up and shit type shit. He I said,
That's not funny.
Fuck no.
That's not funny.
They already out there.
You are so funny.
Don't think I be bullshitting. I'm trying to.
Well, we've come to that time.
I think we answered not one question.
We did answer. We answered several questions.
My favorite question was the last question, and you ain't even answered.
Bucket list.
No. That one about what's the most dangerous thing?
Dangerous.
Oh, the most courageous thing you've ever done.
Oh,
is that what it was? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck raw in Baltimore City.
You said doing what in Baltimore City?
Fuck raw in Baltimore City.
Well, I think we all.
And that's all I have to say about that, partner. Brave shit to do.
You said, look, that's when you come in with that song from the Wizard of Courage. You need courage for that.
What the fuck is this?
You're a bold bitch to do that shit.
Yeah, there was some bold shit there.
Well,
that was damn near heroic.
Super. You definitely on
I'm standing strong and tall.
Ooh. Well, that'll be a question for another day.
Yeah,
but we have come to the end of today's Cocktail Social. As always, I've enjoyed our conversation. Y'all were absolutely hilarious today. Y'all made my Friday a Friday. So it was wonderful. Yes. Cable, we got your message. Hope you can join us next week. We did miss you, little buddy. And for everyone that tuned in to watch, thank you so much. I saw a lot of your comments. Well, a lot of you waving, and I do appreciate your participation. If you are joining in as we're about to leave out, this is the Cocktail Social. I am your host, Blue Waters. These are my social lights. This is Be Exposed Radio. Join us next week at 7 p.m. where we break in Leo season! And we're out. Oh, boy.